up guys, this is FatsoMinecraft back with another tutorial video. So in this episode I'm going to be showing you guys how to start up your own Minecraft server, how to run it from your own computer. So let's get started. So first things first, open up your web browser, whether it be like Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, whatever it is. Open it up, go to Minecraft.net, sign in, do whatever you have to do. Click download. To bring you to this page where it's download Minecraft, and then scroll down to multiplayer server. So I'm going to be on Windows, so if you're on Mac, it should be pretty much the same. I'm not really sure. I'm sure there's other tutorials for Mac, but it should be pretty much the same. So you're going to want to download this, where it says download Minecraft underscore server.1.7.10.exe. Download that. So just click on it and it should download, and I already have it downloaded, so I need to go to my downloads folder. Just drag it onto your desktop. Just drag it on your desktop, and then you're going to want to create a new folder. Just name it server, Minecraft server, Minecraft server. I have caps lock on. I spelled that way wrong. Minecraft test server. There we go. So name it test server, server 1.7.10 server, Minecraft server, whatever you want. Doesn't really matter at all. Just as long as you know like that's the folder with all your server stuff in it. So you're going to want to drag the Minecraft server 1.7.10.exe file into that folder that you just created. Open it up and double click the Minecraft server.exe. Double click that, and you should see a folder called logs, a eula.txt or eula.txt, the exe file, and the server.properties. So first thing, to actually run your server, the first thing you have to do is open this eula.txt file. So this is just basically explaining the rules for creating like a Minecraft server. It basically explains like the rights and stuff. So if you want to go to that website and like read all the rules and stuff, feel free. I'll link it down in the description. I'll link all the stuff down in the description that you need. So if you want to read this, go to the website. It's basically just explaining like the rules and stuff for owning a server. But if you just want to get right onto it, just change the EULA equals false to EULA equals true, or EULA, doesn't really matter. I'll then hit Control Save, X out of that, and then double click the Minecraft server 1.7.10.exe again. Now you should see the actual Minecraft server starts. So then never X out of this. Always type stop down here and then click enter, and then once this catches up a little bit, you should see that it stops. It takes a little while the first time, but after see there, it just stopped. It takes a little while, but now you should see that your normal server stuff pops up: whitelist, user cache, server properties, ops, band, players, your world folder. So that's all cool. So there are a couple things you got to do before people can actually connect to your server. Now you can just leave this alone for now. You don't need to do anything with that right now. If you're in Windows 7, you're going to come down here, and then in the search bar you're going to type in CMD. Now if you're in Windows 8, go to the Start menu, type in CMD, And then you're going to want to open the command prompt and then type in IP. Whoa. Don't know why that just popped up. Nope, get out of there. ipconfig. Oops. Let me lower this a little bit. Search. CMD. I forgot to do something. If it's not working for you, hit run as administrator, and then type it in ipconfig, and now you should see that everything works fine. So if it didn't work for you just running it normally, then try running it as administrator, and then it should work. So these are the three things you're going to need right here: your IPv4 address, your subnet mask, and your default gateway. Is this showing my mouse? Sorry, that wasn't showing earlier. So you want to change your IPv4, or you want to look at your IPv4 address, your subnet mask, and your default gateway. So these are the three things that you're going to need to know. So you're going to want to go into your web browser, doesn't matter which one you use, and then open up a new page, type in your default gateway, which for me is 192.168.1.1. Type in whatever that is. It's probably the same as me, but if it isn't, just type in whatever you have. So 192.168.1.1, and then it should say authentication required. So you should go to your web browser, or not your web browser, your Wi-Fi router. For me, mine's Netgear. Whether it's like Linksys, Cisco, whatever it is, go to it, and it should say right on it your username and password. So then you're just going to want to enter that in username and password, then hit login. And then you're going to want to find like advanced, like basic advanced. You're going to want, this will be different for every router, but you just kind of want to find the basic stuff. You're going to want to find advanced. Now whether it's in like advanced setup or gaming or whatever it's in, then you're going to want to find like port forwarding, port triggering, whatever it is, go to it. So you should have to go like advanced setup, like gaming, then like port forwarding, stuff like that. So I already have one made. I'm gonna delete it. Then you're gonna want to click add custom service or add service, whatever it is. Then server name, or service name, doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna call mine Minecraft server. Doesn't matter which it is. So now server type. If you have the ability to use both TCP and UDP, do both. But if you only have the ability to do one, then do TCP or UDP. But if you have the ability to use both, use both. Now for starting port 25565 and the ending port 25565, they should be the exact same. And now for internal IP address, if you have the ability to click on one down here like I do, click on the thing that you're using. I'm using a device called Atom down here, so I'm just going to click on it and then it automatically fills in right here. But if you don't have the ability to use that, look back at your command prompt and you should see your IPv4 address, which for me is 192.168.1.9. So then you're just going to want to enter that in here for your internal IP address. So if you don't have the ability to click, just enter that in manually. If you have the ability to click, just click it in. It makes it easier. Just click apply, and you should see it is all good. And that is the hard part down. That is the most difficult part of creating a Minecraft server, down and done. So I can X out of that, minimize this, and now there. So there's a couple more things we have to do. We have to actually set up how much RAM you tell your computer to use for the server. There's a 1 gig version, 2 gig version, and 4 gig version, and I will put all those in the description. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So you're just going to want to go to new text document. Just call it, doesn't really matter for now. Just open it up, and I already have this copied, so I'm just going to paste it in. Now there will be a 2 gig version and a 1 gig version, 2 gig version, and a 4 gig version in the description. Now if it's 1 gig version, that'll tell your server to use less RAM, meaning your server will be a little bit more laggy. Now that's fine if it's just you and like 2 or 3 other friends. That'll be perfectly fine. But if you're actually thinking about starting a legit server with like 7 or 8 other people, you're going to want to either use like 2 or 4. Now if you're running the server on the computer you use to play Minecraft, and you use like the 4 gig, Minecraft uses a lot of gigs also, so your Minecraft might be laggy than the other people's, but the server might be laggy as a whole because you're using up a lot of RAM to play Minecraft also. So just think about that. If you have an extra computer that has a lot of RAM in it, definitely use that to host a server, or you can just use like MC Pro hosting or something, but that's not what this tutorial is about. So yep, you can either use 1 gig, 2 gig, or 4 gig. Doesn't really matter. It's just if it's 4 gig, the server will run a little bit better. If it's 1 gig, the server will run a little bit not as good. So I'll have all of these in the description below, so you can just copy and paste it. So you want to go to File, not Save, Save As. You can just call this whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Server RAM. And then it doesn't matter what you call it. You can call it Minecraft server, whatever you want. But then I'm going to call it, it's not going to be a .txt or text document, it's going to be saved as a BAT document. So you want to call it whatever you named it, .bat or .bat. So then save as type, you're going to want to go to all files and then click save. So now you can X out of this, and you should see that you have a new Windows batch file, and it should be whatever you named it, .bat, and it should be a batch file, so that's cool. And then you can just get rid of the text document, doesn't need to be there. So you're not actually going to use this Minecraft server 1.7.10.exe to open up the server anymore. You're going to use this serverram.bat, and it might take a little bit while to start it the first time, but this is actually what you're going to use to start up the server. So you're going to want to double click the Windows bash file to actually open up the file. So then you can type stop. It'll stop that, and then you can just close the command prompt, and then that's how you close down the server. So the actual server is done, the server is made, but we still need to do 2 more things. So you're going to want to go into server properties, open it with like Notepad or whatever type of Notepad thing you have. So where it says server IP, it's like midway down the page. You are going to want to enter your IPv4 address, which for me is 192.168.1.9. Make sure you have this entered exactly. Make sure you have all the dots. Make sure you have all the numbers correctly. Make sure it's right up next to the equals sign. Don't put like a space. Make sure it's right up next to it. Then you can hit File, Save. And that is that part done, and then all we have to do is have one more thing left. So next you're just going to want to Google hang on, I'll be right back with you guys. Okay guys, so I just wanted to cut this part out. So you're going to want to open up your web browser, and then you're going to want to Google what's my IP. So then, right above, like this, what'smyip.org, there should be a thing that says your public IP address is whatever. I blanked it out, so you guys can't see it. So it should say like your IP address is colon, and then it should be in bold. It should just be a bunch of numbers. That's what people are going to use to connect to your server. They're not going to use the IPv4 address that I showed before. They're going to use that public IP address. So that's it. Everything's done. People should be able to connect to your server. Everything should be just fine. Just like I said, use that public IP address, not this IPv4 address. So that's everything done. If you give them that public IP address and then like start up the server, everything should be good. Oh, almost forgot one thing. Now, when you connect to the server, it's like if you're hosting the server and you want to connect, then you'll use your IPv4 address. You won't use the public address or the public IP address. You'll use your actual like IPv4 internal address. It's a little bit confusing, but if you just like add the server, then it'll be all good. So you'll use your IPv4 address. Everybody else will use that public IP address. So that's everything fine and done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to comment if you had any issues. I will definitely get back to you guys. And if you guys found this video helpful, feel free to leave a like. Feel free to share this video with anybody that you feel like is having difficulty making a server, or that wants to make a server. Feel free to give this video to them. And as always, the best way to show your support is by subscribing to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me, guys, if you could subscribe to my channel. So I will see you guys in the next video. You can just close out everything. So that's your server done. Again, people connect with your public IP address. You connect with your IPv4 address. And to actually start the server, you don't want to click on this Minecraft server 1.7.10.exe. You want to click on server.ram to start it, and then the server and the command prompt should show up. Then to stop it, never X out, type stop, and then you can just close out of the command prompt. So that's everything done. You can just keep the folder on your desktop. So that's everything done. I hope you guys found this helpful. Feel free to comment, like, and share this video, and the best way to show your support to me is by subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next video.